evening, and welcome to another episode of Cordelia's Passion. Thank you for joining us. So this is the new season of my show, so I decided to wear pink because by the time you see this, it'll be springtime, so I just feel like wearing pink. Anyway, so tonight I'm welcoming back Josh. This is Josh Hilty.
Hello, everybody.
He's a poet, he's a painter, and he's a lot of other things. So Josh, can you please introduce yourself to the public again?
Hey, I'm Josh Hilty. Osh Magosh, if you know me from that. I manage an art gallery, Helen Thomas in Salem, Andover, sorry. And yeah, also I'm a designer. I work in Boston at PTC, and I do open mics, and I coordinate events all over the North Shore. I'm trying to bring people who make things together.
All right, and so we recently took a trip out to Baltimore. I recently hosted a show at the Hotel RL in Baltimore at the Inner Harbor, and Josh actually came, so that was pretty cool. But I just want to know, how did you get into poetry?
So, I remember, when I was in college at SCAD in Savannah, Georgia, I was the only white person in the Black Student Association that attended open mic nights. And I had blonde hair at the time. I dyed my hair blonde when I was a freshman in college, and they called me Slim Shady, and it was which was, that's weird, but also I did that to myself, so I can't blame anybody but myself.
All right.
But yeah, so I started doing that, and I was part of poetry classes. I learned about contemporary poetry, and then I took poetry writing courses, which is more about, presenting the things that you have to people, and it gets you writing all the time.
Right.
And then you get critique, and you learn how to kill your darlings.
I hate when people critique. I'm sorry, I just don't like when people critique poetry. I think poetry is one of those things like you're sharing a piece of yourself. So I don't like them. I just feel like there's something grimy about someone dissecting a part of your spirit. I don't need you to critique anything. I just need you to listen and get the message. You know what I mean? But I'm sorry, but go ahead.
I get that. That's why it's killing your darlings. It's you get really attached to these things.
Because it's who you are.
But if you were to do it again, it wouldn't be the same. So sometimes your third or fifth or 100th rendition of the same thing could potentially be the best version of it. And you wouldn't know unless you tried it again. Right?
Yeah, that's a good point.
And sometimes you don't know what other people think is better than, And at SCAD, I got in this book. I got in this book twice. I got in 2 books twice. This is one of them. But it's for poetry and short stories. And one thing is being able to share with other people who write is great. That's why open mics, and you have to be around people who create things, and it gets you
It gets
in
your
that
creative
mood,
juices flowing. So now I want to know, what's the difference between creating an art piece and the difference between creating a poem? What's the difference between the two?
So, all right, here's one little thing that might make sense with this.
Okay.
When you write, it's basically playing tennis with yourself. And imagine free verse is when there's no net. It's pretty damn easy. You can do whatever you want, but how do you know it's good or not? And when you put a net, it's more challenging.
Okay.
And that net could be the rules and standards you hold yourself to of how do I think this is good? What do I decide is the final product? And when it comes to nonverbal, visual art, there's a different evaluation where I can base this off of other people. I can base this off of nothing or life or anything. The same thing with music or words. But the way that I apply a material to a canvas or medium, it talks more about what I was doing in that moment. And you can always review your words and change them, but with the way it's put on a canvas, you can't do that twice.
Right, because it's
you can say the twice, you can't put that paint down the exact way.
Right. I get it. Okay, so I want to know, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
5, okay. Well.
Oh God,
Okay, so
he's thinking.
I want a job where I have a full-time contract, and I want to be able to afford to do cool stuff all the time, where I can, you need money to make money a lot of times, and I feel like I'm withheld a lot of times from the things I want to do. I can go buy
Because you're withheld from the money.
buy a door if I wanted to, and I can paint in that door and put it on a wall, but I don't have the money to buy a door right now. So what I'm trying to do, I can't go on vacation right now. I can't do those things, but I want to be able to be free.
Right now, where would you go?
Probably, I've never been to California, but I like my happy place is Aruba. I like Aruba.
Okay. All right. So finish though. Next 5 years, marriage,
Next 5
children,
years.
owning a gallery.
Well, I
You
want
to be a rapper.
to be part of a gallery, and like a gallery that's not a pop-up like right now.
Okay.
Though I do love it. I love being in Andover. I love everyone that works there, and Lisa and Stephanie and Liz. And it's just like I would like to be somewhere that
Who'd you just give a shout out to? Where are those people?
everybody who works at the Helen Thomas is one of my best friends.
So now you
and,
know who these people are, yeah, that he's shouting out. Okay.
And Tommy, and yeah, everybody. All right.
Tommy.
So these people, make my life better by
Okay.
being around them, and I like being in a spot where we can get like recognized for the work we do. Because right now we're in a spot where we don't feel like we're being recognized,
You will.
and I think it's a matter of time until like people acknowledge that we do
Yeah.
cool stuff.
You
we
will.
do
You
cool
will.
shit.
You will. I mean, it
Don't
takes.
forget about it.
Why are you swearing?
That was like a C grade swear maybe.
Why are you swearing on my show? I don't know. I don't condone swearing. It's okay. I love
Let's
you.
rewind this.
We're gonna rewind that. Anyways, so now, okay, enough of that. You ready to have some fun?
Yeah, sure.
I don't like. Are you ready to have some fun?
As long as it's not based around TV show I've never seen before, that's all I'm saying.
Listen, I'm gonna just do my thing, okay? See, everybody want to come on here and tell me how to ask them questions and what questions they don't want to answer. This is my show.
You don't know the answers, Sway.
So you
don't know.
You don't have the answers. All right, you ready? You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
What's your favorite dance?
My favorite dance. I remember. All right, there's nothing. I remember watching YouTube videos in middle school and learning how to do the jerk dance.
Okay.
And like that, he just shamed me right there. He's like, oh, Jesus Christ.
We have people here. There are people sitting watching this, so it's always good to get a live audience. But anyway, so the jerk dance. You want to know my favorite dance? I'm gonna say my favorite dance right now would be the WAP, like this.
Okay.
That might be a little old school, but it's the WAP, so that's my favorite dance. Anyways, ready?
I'm ready.
What is your favorite part? I love asking this question, ladies. This is my favorite question because I just love the answer. What is your favorite part about being a man?
Favorite part of being a man.
Don't state the obvious.
Well, all right, when I was living in Savannah, Georgia, one thing I could do was just walk outside and not have to worry about being stolen, which is great. I mean, it's not great when,
That's so
it sounds
random.
stupid until you go to Georgia and people actually steal people.
Oh my God! Shout out to Georgia. Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him. I think. Have you been drinking?
There's blood on the sand.
So your favorite part about being a man is not getting kidnapped.
Well, no one thinks you're pretty enough to steal you, and this is pretty
You'd be
nice.
surprised.
I can go under the radar. I can just, you put on headphones, you just don't talk to me.
So
one
that's
of
your
those.
favorite part about being a man? Not getting the chicks, not going out with your homies, not going to the boxing match, not just doing man stuff.
I mean, I know plenty of girls who love beer, and I know plenty of girls who love sports. But, what other people think about you and how that affects you might be different, right?
Oh wait. So favorite.
I'm not trying to get stolen. That's
So that's his favorite part about being a man is not being
not portable.
stolen.
I'm not a portable
He's not
person.
Portable. Okay.
Stick me in the back of
That
their trunk
was
or
so
something.
random, that answer. This is why I ask these questions, because Okay. What is your favorite episode of Martin?
Martin.
Dun, 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 Martin.
I remember clips from Martin, when they flash forward to when they're older, and I don't remember any particular episode of Martin. Though one thing I love about Martin in particular, yeah, him as an actor or as a comedian, this guy's they used to go up, I forget, it was this New York comedy set, and he has the most powerful, explosive. Him and Bernie Mac are the most powerful ambience that comes out of them when they're on a stage.
Okay, so no favorite episode of Martin, but he does like Martin because he has an ambiance. Shout out to Martin. Shout out to Tisha Campbell. Shout out to Garrett Morris. I met you at Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. Yeah.
Shout out
So
Roscoe's.
Shout out Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles in LA.
time they ever
I'll
got
be
a
out
shout
there
out.
shortly, coming back soon. Okay. So I just want you to look into the camera and tell people how they can find you, how they can reach you, how they can get your artwork, things like that. I can get you on Twitter, Facebook, whatever social network media you're on.
Okay.
So just look at the camera and just shoot from the hip. Go.
All right, so
Okay.
first of all, I need that snap. First of all, I want you to come to Density Open Mic Nights at Walnut Street Cafe on Monday nights, 9 o'clock. Be there, be square. And also, we're working. I'm Josh Schulte on Instagram. I kind of use Instagram more than anything else. But we gotta be able to have an outlet to connect. And being part of all these things, Melanin and Honey in Lowell. I want you to be part of the El Pez Dorado events that we have going with Michelle La Poetica and Density and Lawrence. I want you to be part of what we're doing at Hotel Salem and making open mic nights every month. Brothers Tavern, Sway Casey, Star Swan, Gladys Teresa. These are people that you need to be a part of if you want to be part of the creative scene in the North Shore of Boston. And in Cordelia as well. My man Henry on the
Henry, wait a minute. I got to give a shout out to my producer, Henry. Henry's sitting in the corner, and Henry
It's not the smile
is
right
the
now.
man. Henry's the man.
I'm the Al Heyman of community.
He's
access.
Henry's doing this thing. Henry was just nominated for an award for two categories. So shout out to Henry, my producer. He's doing a great job on the show. And Henry's the man. So without him, I wouldn't be here. So, so Josh, I just want to thank you for coming on the show. And thank you for coming on, and thank you for coming to the Baltimore open mic as well. So, thank you all for tuning in, and remember not to take yourself too seriously. And peace from today's Boston.